Hey, haven't done a video in a while. I don't know if I'll actually share this one, but we'll figure it out as time goes. The premise of this video is basically transparent real estate. The market right now, mid-April 2023, is crazy again. There's no easy way to say that, but it's just crazy. And what I'm thinking of doing, and hopefully making a little bit more mainstream, is what I'm going to call transparent real estate. And so bear with me. I don't want to set prices for houses. I don't want to talk to another seller and spend 2, 3, 4 hours debating what the list price should be, because I firmly believe the list price doesn't mean anything. The market, just like economics 101, with supply and demand, is going to dictate what the real price is, and that's it. So bear with me here. I think we should list houses for $1. And not to be upset or anything, but I've listed houses before, and then the price was adjusted upwards to set expectations, and had a lot of people, even agents, angry at me. And I don't know why. They shouldn't be angry at me. The price went up. But some people think when a price is set, and I've dealt with this for years, that, okay, that is what the seller wants. I'm going to give the seller what they want, and let's move forward. That's not how it works. That's really not how it ever worked. But even more so with the aftermath of COVID, and again, the spring 2023 market right now, that's not the case. I have a house in Brookhaven that, I'll just be transparent. The seller probably would have sold it for $200,000 3 months ago and just wanted to be done with it. Since this is what I do professionally, and it's always been my hobby, I knew it was worth more. How much more? I couldn't tell you. But we technically have that house that, this person would sell for $200,000 3 months ago. We technically have it under contract when you add everything in for $305,000. That's insane. That doesn't happen every day. 4 months ago, I sold a house in Lansdowne, a really, really big older house with lots of potential. Same thing. They were going to sell it to a friend for, I forget the exact number, $140,000, $150,000. And I think that one sold for $320,000. So the point of this is, I really want to have a system in place where we list a house, we collect offers, we see where the offers, come in at, we rack and stack them. Clearly a cash offer, waiving all inspections, everything, done deal, cash in the bank, close in 2 weeks or close in 10 days or close in a week, is a much better offer than a financed offer. And even there's different strata of financed offers. Anyway, I really want to have that set up, and even help some of my our fellow agents out there with backup offers, because not every offer that's accepted goes through. So I really want people in this market to have an automated system where, hey, this house is under contract. You can still go see it and submit a backup offer. And by the way, when you submit a backup offer, we'll let you know where you are. We'll keep you updated. More or less, your backup offer is live, meaning if anything happens with the original offer we accepted, you're immediately under contract. So we don't want to play games with people. But of course, if something changes and those people in the backup position then find another house, they have to remove their backup offer. And I really don't want this to be an agent's responsibility. I don't want to have to do more. And not from a laziness standpoint, just from an efficiency standpoint. It doesn't make any sense. So I really want to, in this entire transparent real estate, idea, I really want to bring forward a pretty simple platform online where people see where they are, and people can see other bids as they come in. Because the last couple houses I have raised with permission of the seller, and thank you for the agents out there that don't understand this and contact Bright MLS. That's always a joy. But I raised the offers accordingly. So the last house we started at, $230,000. As soon as we had bids in excess of $250,000, I raised the price to $260,000. As soon as we had bids in excess of $280,000, I raised the price online to, I think, $285,000 or $290,000. And then when we had some of our higher bids, I think I raised the price to $310,000. It just adjusts accordingly. And that's not to be mean or, anything else. It's very simply to let people know where we stand, because not every agent is created equal. Not every agent, is doing this full time and is completely up to date on what is going on and tracking things. So it is a way for myself as an agent to contact the general public and let them know, hey, this is where we are right now. Because sometimes it works great, but sometimes there's a disconnect. When myself as an agent, talking to another agent, then talking to their client, there's a lot of steps in between, a lot of things that can get lost in communication, right, wrong, and different. There's a lot of things that may not be shared. So I'm a strong proponent of taking screenshots of what I have on my side of the table and sharing it with the other side of the table. And I think this bigger picture of transparent real estate can really help make real estate as a whole more liquid. Just, I don't want to say the demise of the real estate agent, because clearly this can be a behind the scenes system, but it needs to be easier. It needs to be more straightforward. For the last couple years, I have put in offers via text message with 6 or 7 bullet points, and here you go. And some agents have loved it. Some agents I've seen have adopted it in their own, others have not. So it really is kind of like the Wild West, real estate agents and the whole industry here in the U.S., definitely the eastern side in Pennsylvania, Delaware, where I'm predominantly focused. Just certain things can be made simpler, and I think they should. I spoke to a real estate agent who used to be the president of an association here in one of these states, and some people are very, very progressive, or at least forward thinking, or at least welcoming of new ideas. Other people are not. They have a playbook and they want to keep running that same playbook, and that's not me. I don't agree with it. Things evolve, things change, things get better. People thought with the internet, that would be the demise of the real estate agent, and clearly not the case. But very much akin to a good attorney, or any consultant in any field, the right real estate agent or professional is really worth their weight. I don't want to say worth their weight in gold, but they really are. I've had many deals over the years where people said, hey, listen, my house is only worth this much. And I'll tell them up front, no, it's worth more. And it's almost like arguing. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I've structured many deals where I said, okay, up to this point, I'll work for free. I'll sell the house. If it only sells for this, that's it. But anything above this point, we're going to have a separate agreement on how we proceed and how payments are then paid out. And you know what? That can work quite well for all parties, because sometimes people are just, I don't say hard-headed, but they just don't know, just like a surgeon. I'm not going to wake up, and I joke all the time, or, if I have to go in for surgery, you got to trust other people. And this is a good point to say there's many good real estate agents out there. It's a two-way street. Find someone that works well with you and you work well with them, and there you go. To that note, I'll get back to the surgeon point, but I have many, many, many people that, come to me because they've researched me, and that's fantastic. Other people want to run the show their own way, and they can work with someone else that is more hands-off. But the surgeon kind of analogy is, I'm not going into surgery and waking up midway through the surgery and saying, hey, what are you doing? What's going on here, doc? Like, what's that? What's this? A true professional in any field, you give them your trust. Give is interesting. You research them and you move forward with them. And that's, same thing in real estate, same thing in any field. But we are not agents. We are not salespeople, in my personal opinion. We're consultants. We do this day in and day out, and we do know what we're talking about. The good agents, they really do. And many of them truly are here to help. They know that, hey, I know both sides of what's going on. I can save you $5,000 here, or make you $10,000 here. Or if we, go back on this one point or whatnot, this is where, you can save money. And it really does come down to the bottom line. I've posted many things over the last decade where it isn't what we're paid, it's what we save you. And it really does come down to your bottom line. If someone sells a house for $400,000 in 20 minutes and you're happy, great. But that same house might be able to be sold for $440,000 in a week or 2 weeks or a month. You never know how the market is. And $40,000 above that is huge. And it can completely negate or significantly offset commissions or any fees. And that is how people should look at this. Simply the bottom line. And that's my personal opinion. I do this day in and day out, and have started, in my real estate journey as an investor. So that is always near and dear to my heart, because to me, that's important. I want to treat someone else's house like I'm buying it, or I'm selling it, or I'm investing in it. And I mean that. I've been saying that for years. But the people that really understand that, many times they just give me the keys to the castle. They go, okay, here you go. Here's all the paper signed. Take care of it. Let me know when settlement is. Or you know what? Don't let me know when settlement is. When it is, make sure you wire the funds into my account and we're good. And you know what? That is also kind of where I want to go with transparent real estate. In general, I do want to go down that path. People that want to be hands off and did their research and just say, you know what? You're the professional. Take care of this. So much easier. Because I might have conversations back and forth with other agents doing things, and then the seller or the buyer who they then want to be brought up to speed. And there's nothing wrong with that, but by me bringing someone up to speed, it's taking my time that I could be working harder for them or doing things for other clients. And it really is a balancing act. It's not for everyone, this model or what I'm proposing, but for the people who truly get it, wow, they get it. I'm working with an attorney right now, and she is, well, definitely happy, but she has worked with, I think, a few agents, I don't know the exact number, for quite some time, and found me online. So the fact that I do videos and I do things to save her time and make it easier for her to put in offers and evaluate houses while she's at work, she loves it. And other people do too. And you know what? Again, it isn't for everyone, but especially in this market now, especially with how quickly things move, to me, it's the best way. And that's what I want to share. So I really want to have that model set up where, especially putting in offers, it's transparent. You kind of know more or less what your competition is. And, if you want to pay $270 for a house and we're already at $300 on cash offer, there's no reason for you to go see that house. There's no reason for you to take your agent's time to show you that house. We always welcome backup offers, but it's just an overall efficiency equation, in my personal opinion. And there is so many inefficiencies in this real estate industry here in the U.S., it blows my mind. It does. So the goal here is to make things more efficient, to make things more transparent, to make things easier. Someone misses out on an offer and the other agent right now says, oh, I can't tell you anything. What do you mean you can't tell me anything? Like, I get it. I know it's written. But at the end of the day, we all have had clients that are like, what do you mean? Would $5,000 more get it for me? Would $10,000 more get it for me? I know I have an FHA loan. If I had a conventional loan, would that work for me? I know I have a VA loan. If I had FHA or conventional or cash, would that have made a difference? Did they sell it to their cousin? Did they sell it to someone on the street where there's influence there, human to human? And there's just so many variables that we like to have that to relay to our clients. Even me, I missed out on an investment property. Hey, what happened? Oh, the other person beat you by $3,000. Okay, I was at my absolute max, fine. I want to make it more straightforward. And in real estate, it may never be completely straightforward. I have high hopes and high aspirations here, but it may not. So that is what it is, but I'm still going to work on continuous improvement, helping my clients, helping people buy, sell, and invest, and hopefully make the entire real estate industry better. So I know high hopes, but that is kind of where I am right now, because these last couple of weeks, I've had many folks miss out on offers, and some of them missed out because they just couldn't make a strong enough offer. Some of them missed out because they haven't missed out on enough houses. And I might want to reiterate that. They missed out because they haven't yet missed out on enough houses. Meaning, after they miss out on a couple houses, not just me, they learn to trust their real estate agent. I'll put in as many offers as it takes. That's not the point here. But the point is, I don't want to see someone miss out on a house, then miss out on 4 more, and get this, what would that be? The 6th house. And that 6th house, I can't hold up 6 fingers with one hand, but that 6th house is nowhere near as nice as that first house. And if they had the experience, either from family or friends or people they trust, to say, hey, listen, go after that first one or go after that fourth one, whatever the number may be. But, if it's a little bit more and you're okay with it and you can do it, financially, then do it. And that is the part that I don't think people get. I just dealt with one last week. We're like, nope, this is my max. And I told them everything. And you know what? We raised our max slightly. And I'm waiting for the appraisal to come back. But on that particular home, I'm ballparking, they probably have $35,000 in instant equity right now. So $5,000 over 30 years, and it's an investment property. With someone raising the rents, it's not even on your radar, And again, everyone's financial situation is different. I get it. I appreciate it. I look at it. I had a phone call 3 weeks ago with someone that wanted to buy a $250,000 house. And we quickly went over the numbers. They can't afford anything over 170 or 180. And they're upset, but they were appreciative. I took the time to talk through, because some mortgage lenders, not all of them, will just give you a pre-approval for the absolute max. And you got to understand, as a buyer, okay, that makes you feel good. I can afford a $250,000 house, but can you really? You have other bills. You have other obligations. Do you want to be pushed that far where if anything goes wrong, you're in trouble? Like, my personal opinion, no. I wouldn't want to do that. I rather nicely talk someone out of buying a house than 3 months, 6 months, even a year down the road, they're in a financial situation that is not good, that could have been avoided. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So there's a lot to real estate. Want to make it simpler for all parties involved, other agents, buyers, sellers, everyone. And that's the overarching goal. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have questions.